Good evening, my dear student. This is Surya Anand, chemistry teacher. Welcome in my channel, Chemistry Wala Anand sir. Today I come with the questions of NCERT. My dear student, today I am going to teach you the NCERT questions of page number 55. Of page number 55. So today videos is very important. These questions may come in the examination of CBSE 2026. So there is a metal oxide of zinc, magnesium and copper wire heated with the following metals. So the following metals are going to be heat: metal oxide, zinc, magnesium and copper. There are three boxes. In first boxes, zinc oxide is given, magnesium oxide is given, copper oxide is given. You have to be just write down which metal displaces which metal and in which cases will you find the displacement reaction taking place. You write only the displacement reaction taking place with that metal or not. So we all know that less reactive metal is displaced by the more reactive metal. Is it quite clear? Before the activity series we already discussed the more reactive metal arranged in a decreasing order in the activity series and less reactive metal in the last one, and starting from the more reactive to the least reactive in the decreasing order, more reactive in the upper and less reactive in the lower. That is called the activity series arrangement or activity series. So right now we already know the less reactive metal is displaced by the more reactive metal among the given metal. Magnesium is more reactive than zinc. Magnesium is more reactive metal than zinc. So magnesium is the more reactive metal among the three and the less reactive metal than magnesium. Zinc is less reactive metal than magnesium and copper. And as we talk about the copper, as we just say about the copper, the least reactive metal among the three metals among the magnesium, zinc and copper. So therefore displacement reaction will take place in the following cases: the zinc oxide react with the zinc, no displacement reaction. In magnesium, displacement reaction happen with magnesium. Magnesium displaces the zinc, and in copper, no reaction. So this is the displacement reaction happen in magnesium. In magnesium oxide, no reaction with the zinc, not displaces, is not displaces in magnesium metal because it is magnesium is more reactive, and no reaction with magnesium. The magnesium is already, and with copper there is no reaction. After that, the copper oxide that a displacement reaction taken because the zinc is more reactive than copper and magnesium is also more reactive than copper, but there is no reaction. So going to the next question, just take it the view. So my dear student, welcome back. So going to the next question. This is the page number 55 NCERT question. The next questions are very easy. We already discussed all the things here. So the more reactive metal always displaces the less reactive metal. Going to the next question. The next question of NCERT, just read out the next question. The next question is very simple and very important for the examinations also for this, because these questions may be come in the examination, because the questions come with the important chapter is all about. If you are going to read the chapter, the most important chapter is the metal and non-metal, and the second chapter acid and bases and salt, and chemical reaction is also important, and carbon and its compound also important, but the most important chapter is metals and metal this year, and the acid, bases and salt. Not more questions comes from these two chapters. So chapter number 2 and chapter number 3 is most important for science in the chemistry. So my dear student, the next question, the question number 3 is which metal do not corrode easily? Which metals do not corrode, corrode. Which metals do not corrode easily? The corrosion doesn't occur easily in which metal? So those metals which are not very reactive, the answer is those metals which is not very reactive, which are not very reactive, which are not very reactive, do not corrode easily. Do not corrode easily. So the metals which are not reactive, which are not very reactive, it means they are less reactive, they do not corrode easily. For example, if you want to take the example, for example, you can take the example of these metals like so suppose that are platinum, gold and platinum, which occur of the gold and platinum. Gold and platinum are the two metals are the most reactive, and platinum which occur at the bottom, which occur at the bottom, which occur at the bottom of the activity series, at the bottom end of the activity series, at the bottom end of the activity series. So the least reactive metal do not corrode easily, and these metals are gold and platinum. So my dear student, this is all about the question number 2. Question number 2 is completed, and question number 3, the last question of the page number 55. What are alloys? What are alloys? This is very important question for board examination of this year. So my dear student, what are alloys? What do you think about the alloys? The simple definition of alloys are, what are the alloys? So alloys are homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Alloys are homogeneous mixtures of two or more metals. Homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Two or more metals, metals and non-metals. And non-metals. So my dear student, alloys are the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals and non-metals. Like that, for example, you have take the examples of alloys. The example of alloys are, brass is an alloy of two metal. Brass is an alloy of two metal. That is the zinc and copper. That is the copper and zinc. That is the copper and zinc. And that is the copper and zinc. Whereas steel is an alloy of whereas steel is an alloy of steel is an alloy of iron metal and carbon non-metal. So my dear student, it is quite clear that steel and zinc are the alloy of brass and copper and zinc. Brass is an alloy of two metal, copper and zinc, whereas steel is an alloy of iron and carbon. So my dear student, it is heartily thanks from me that Suraj Anand, this is chemistry teacher, and welcome in my channel Chemistry Wala Anand sir. Heartily thanks for yesterday. It's a single shots. My subscriber give me more than 1,000 views. Thank you for all. So kindly give the more and more views. When million views comes from my one shot or one videos, then I will be very proud of myself that the students are getting very helpful to the study, and this my video give the student very help. And thank you for watching my channel. Give more views, like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.